I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Said I don't know what I was trying to say there. I want to tell you and talk to you, and it came out as talk to you. I want to talk to you about the book Yes Man, and it was turned into a film. The book is probably better than the film, but it's the same. It's the same idea really, and it's a book called Yes Man by Danny Wallace. The philosophy and the idea in that book really changed the way I live my life. I think changed the way I'll look at the world a lot of the time. And essentially, the idea of the book is it's a real life story of a guy, Danny Wallace, who's kind of a comedian, comedy writer guy, and he decided to. His life wasn't really going where he wanted it to go, like it wasn't going that well in some ways, and he decided he was on a bus one night or something, and he was talking to a random stranger about how things weren't going that well in his life, and the guy said, "Say yes more," and that really struck him as a really profound thing, to say yes more, and he decided for a year or something he was going to do this experiment where he said yes to everything. So he really committed to this thing of saying yes, and because he realised he was saying no all the time. He was turning down things. He was not wanting to go places and all the rest of it. And it's a really funny book anyway, because he's trying to kind of hide it from his girlfriend and everything. And he does have certain rules, but at the start it's like he just says yes to everything. So he's like when he gets one of these random emails from someone saying, "Oh, we want you to send money to the African embassy" or something, like he replies to the person, gets into a conversation with about him, nearly flies to like Amsterdam or something to meet them, and all this stuff. Meets his ex-girlfriend out with her new boyfriend or something, and out of politeness they say, "Oh, we're going to dinner, would you like to join us?" You obviously expect that he's going to say, "Oh, no, I don't want to cause a fuss or whatever," which is what you're meant to do. Instead he says yes, and ends up going along to a very romantic restaurant. This obviously like a special occasion. I'm totally ruining this book for you by talking about all this funny stuff in it. To the girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend, and he's sitting there at the table, and it's like the most awkward thing. And a guy in a pub says, "Well, you looking at my girlfriend?" and he has to say yes. All this crazy stuff that he does. But the philosophy of it is something that I've kind of experimented with a little bit. Probably not to that extent, but it did really inspire me to try and say yes more to things. Because there's so many things that there's so many things in life that you don't do, or you don't go along to, or you come up with excuses, you come up with reasons to say no, and then it turns out it was a great thing and everyone had a great time or whatever, and you miss out, and you never know what could have happened for you, or what could have happened there, where that would have led to. And it's really breaking out of your own habit of how you're making decisions, because we often make decisions based on kind of maybe we don't really have a very good system for making decisions, so we just we say yes to things that we're comfortable with, and we say no to things that we're kind of not sure about, not comfortable with. But those things could be amazing. We're just not comfortable. We just don't know enough about it. We fear it. And definitely that book made me, for a long time, and even still to today, try and err on the side of saying yes to those things that I wasn't sure about. Now, when it comes to your own personal safety and stuff like that, I'm not talking about not talking about situations like that, but with a lot of situations, someone you've just met or whatever, and they maybe invite you to some party or something like that, and it's so easy to go, "I won't know anyone there, I'm not going to have a good time, I'm not going to," but it's that philosophy of saying yes to these things, going along, meeting new people, stretching yourself, going into uncomfortable situations that you've never been in before. You know, when someone invites you along to something, go and try it out. You know, go and go and see what it's like. Try it out. Get beyond your fears. So that's been a kind of important thing for me, and I've maybe changed a bit now. I don't know, but I always like to try and err on the side of yes. You know, go and do it. Go and do the thing. Go and try the thing out. Meet the person. Whatever. So that's a great book, and it turned into a film with Jim Carrey, and the book was obviously quite different to the film. It's quite a lot different, but it's really worth reading. I think it's really worth picking up that book. It's a funny book anyway, but it will inspire you to maybe think about making some changes and doing some things outside of your comfort zone, and being open to doing things. You know, the amount of times that, and that's what it's really done for me, is that I look at things and I don't go. I sometimes don't even do things because I think I'll enjoy it. I do it because I don't know if I'll enjoy it or not. If that makes sense. Like, I think I don't know if I'll enjoy that thing, but I don't know if that's for me. And that's where it would be so easy to go, oh, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to do that thing. But I like sometimes going to these things that, you know, going to see the film that I wouldn't usually go to see. Going to watching the simple things like watching TV programmes or reading books that you wouldn't normally do or see. You know, listening to a talk that you wouldn't normally, whatever it is, just expanding your own horizons and comfort zones. And that's really how I got into making all these changes, like going on a raw food diet and stuff, because I was open to saying yes to things. I was open to, when someone was speaking, to actually listen to them and go, that's interesting. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen openly. You know, I'll listen to that. I'll try that out. I'll try eating fruit, and then you find new things that work for you. So embrace the philosophy of saying yes to more things, to things you would have never thought about doing, to things that you might think are scary or uncomfortable or just not the thing, you know, not the thing you want to do. And it's always been this thing that I've fought with when there's been situations where sometimes I really want to say no, but there's a part of me that goes, I should say yes, or I should just go and do it, you know. And it's amazing how many friends to me say no to stuff. Maybe it's because they don't want to see me or whatever, but there's this great roller skating disco place, and I've asked a bunch of people if they'll go. No one wants to go to the roller disco, right? And it's just 'cause, especially guys, you know, they're oh, I don't do roller skating. Well, yeah, I don't do roller skating either, but I still want to go to the roller disco because it's cool, you know. Like, it's a different thing to do. I want to go to the roller disco, you know. So that's my thought. That's my thing. Like, I don't roller skate. I don't know anything about that, but I think I'm open enough to go along and try it out and make a fool of myself. I don't care. I don't care about that, and no one really cares about if you make a fool of yourself. They're not thinking about you. They're worried about themselves making a fool of themselves. So that's the bottom line, and that's how it goes. Say yes to more things. Maybe have a look at the book, read the book, find the book, watch the film. And just the last thing to end on is a funny story that years later I was in a friend's house. Won't tell you who it was. It is someone that's kind of in the raw vegan community, but won't go into that. And she had books of this guy, Danny Wallace, the guy that wrote the book, and I was like, oh, Danny, I like that guy's books. I like the Yes Man. And she said, oh, that's my. It was her ex-boyfriend or something. Like yeah, I think it was she'd previously been in a relationship with him. I was like, wow, that's interesting. So maybe that's the whole process of the yes factor leading me to that. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching the video. Let me know what you thought of the book if you've seen it and if you've read it. And that's my goal to you this week. Go and say yes to more things that you wouldn't say yes to previously, and see what happens. Okay, thanks.